The lower part of the roof of the temple was painted with characters from mythological stories. Context 1, the highlighted word is lower part of the roof. Context 2, the authorities have determined the highest limit of the acreage of land one can possess in cities. The highlighted phrase is highest limit. So the meaning that context 1 gives is the inner upper surface of a room. The meaning context 2 gives is an upper limit, right? Especially set by regulation. Let's look at our options. Option A, ceiling. Option B, standard. Option C, cell. Option D, chaise. Option E, ceiling. Now, option A, ceiling, is more the act of treating something to make it repel water. Not the right word in both the contexts. Also, another meaning is, like sealing off something, like the police sealed off the crime scene, right? To secure or prevent passage into a specific area. Or other collocations that I can come up with is like you can seal an envelope, right? So not the right word here given the context that we have. Or you can cover or secure an opening, like sealing a hole. Standard. The standard of the temple was painted, doesn't make sense. The authorities have determined the standard of the acreage of land, again not the best fit. Cell. Cell can have different meanings, right? One is a prison. Another one is, it's the smallest structural unit of an organism, right? Cells in our body cells, again. And there are other meanings as well, but this word does not fit in both the contexts. Now, chaise, it's a light open horse drawn carriage, not the right fit in both the contexts. Ceiling, on the other hand, is our answer, right? Ceiling means inner upper surface of a room. Ceiling also means an upper limit, especially set by the regulations. So that's our answer here. The ceiling of the temple was painted with characters from mythological stories. The authorities have determined the ceiling of the acreage of land one can possess in cities. They have executed a deed to transfer their property rights in favor of the organization of which they have been dedicated members for years. So the highlighted word is deed. Context 2, marriage is not only a meeting of two individuals in the physical and social sense, but a spiritual union between two souls. The highlighted word is union. Context 1, meaning is deed here means a written obligation, right? And context 2, the meaning is a binding agreement, like a covenant that you make at your marriage. Now let's look at our options. Option A, treaty. Treaty is a formal written agreement between two or more nations, right? Not applicable in both the contexts, if you ask me, because context 2 is talking about two individuals, it's to do with the heart, right? It's a spiritual thing. So option A is not appropriate in both the contexts. Unison. When you say unison, right, you might tend to relate it to option 2 because union, but that's not the meaning, right? When I say unison, I'm talking about where the action of, either you speaking the same word simultaneously, like how the students greet their teacher, when he or she enters the classroom in unison. That's one meaning, right? So not the right context here, not the right word in both the contexts. Harmony. Harmony means peace, right? Agreement in action, opinion, feeling, not a very effective word. A spiritual harmony between two souls, they have executed a harmony, not appropriate. D, bond. Now bond, another word for it is deed, right? And when I say bond, it also refers to union. So that's our answer. What about agreement? They have executed. Remember, you can quickly eliminate option E because there's no indefinite article an, right? Because it starts with a vowel. So you can go with D, even though you feel agreement could fit both the contexts. They have executed an agreement, or rather, in this case, bond would be a more effective word, even though agreement can fit in the second context. Context 1, the lioness gave birth to two beautiful cubs. The highlighted phrases gave birth to. Context 2, they managed to have highly sophisticated machine to drill deep wells in the desert region. Desert. They managed to have highly sophisticated machine to drill deep wells in the desert region. So here the highlighted word is drill. Options. Option A, generate. Option B, produce. Option C, bore. Option D, instill. Option E, shove. So giving birth to, we can immediately relate that to option C, right? Bore. Context 1, what meaning does it give? To give birth to. It's the same meaning as the highlighted phrase. Second context, to drill means you are to make a hole in or through, right? With or as if with a drill, right? Now generate, again not a very effective word, right? The line is generated 2 beautiful cubs is not sitting right. When you say generate, you usually, you can generate a discussion, you can generate heat, right? Or generate heat. The best way to eliminate wrong answer options again is to quickly form collocations with the given words and see if that fits in the context. Produce. Produce again, you can relate that word more to manufacture, right? You're producing cars and trucks, or produce a video or produce a play, right? Not the right word again in both the contexts. Bore, yes, to bore something means to drill something. Bore again means to give birth to. What about instill? Instill, you can instill something in someone's mind, right? Like implanting something. You're putting thoughts in their head, or by persistent effort, gradually you're introducing something to them. Not the right word in both the contexts. Shove. Let's quickly come up with collocations. You can shove your keys into the pocket, or you can shove someone, right? Like when you're standing in a queue. So basically, shove means you're pushing someone with force. To push someone with force or something. So the line is shoved 2 beautiful cubs, not the right fit. They managed to have a highly sophisticated machine to shove deep wells in the desert region, inappropriate. So our answer is bore. The line is bore 2 beautiful cubs, gave birth to. They managed to have highly sophisticated machine to bore deep wells in the desert region.